What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have episode 2 of the Saints franchise. We'll be getting in, creating our coach, going through the roster, and then next episode we'll be going through preseason, and then we will be getting into the fun times. That is the first game of the regular season. So obviously, we're going to go with the Saints. I don't like the way that these overalls are in these games because I think they're a little overshot. This is how Madden's has been for the past couple of years, where too many teams are even and too close in overall. Like the Saints should not be one overall point less than the Seahawks. They're obviously significantly worse than the Seahawks. It's like the Raiders should not be the same overall as like pretty much the Patriots. Like it's super rough, man. Like the Cowboys should not be an 82. They should be like a 79 to an 80, maybe an 80. Like the Cardinals are significantly better than the Saints, but I digress. That is just what it is. Gonna go with I like to kind of attack this in multiple different ways. These new coach breakdowns are super interesting. This year, I'm playing currently with a development wizard on my other one, so I'm thinking. Actually, no, I'm playing with an offensive guru on my other one. I'm actually gonna go with development wizard on this because I've heard a lot of good things about being able to scout really well and all of that. Actually, I'm just going to back out. I'm going to go into offensive guru just because I like running with the extra playbooks that you can get with the offense. Just going to obviously go with my name. Should probably pause my music. You know, I'm over here listening to music and I don't want to get copyrighted. So we're not going to do that. It's still going? I thought I paused you. I th- oh my god, I'm like trying to figure out why I hear something else talking in the background. For some reason, it like played a video on my YouTube that I had going. um, we'll stick with the offensive playbook and defensive playbook for the Saints for right now. Just because I don't know how they're going to play. I doubt the Saints playbook is going to be anything close to how the Eagles playbook was last year. Even though the Eagles OC is the Saints' new head coach right now. I do like all the heads that they added into the game. They've added a lot of good head in here, and it's pretty nice. I'm gonna make that joke every single time I can, because who doesn't love good head? Like brother man got long hair and a black beard. I don't get it. Madden needs to be able to allow us to create our own heads. Like I really want them to allow us to be able to make our own look for our coaches. It's like, what is this guy? This guy looks like Play-Doh. Come on now. Madden got a vendetta against gingers, man. I swear to God. Like, we got no one with red hair in this game. As we can go with that one. Doesn't really, whatever. Close enough. Close enough. They've also added in a lot more clothes. Sure. So, Saints do play in a dome. Going back to the site of Super Bowl 59. I do really dig this hoodie, though. This is a nice hoodie. I'm a big fan of that hoodie. Get the khaki joggers going on. And now we get to pick our shoes. This is also kind of fire, too. That the fact that they added, like, you'll be able to pick the different kind of shoes that you want. Ooh. We'll go with these. Those look good. Thank you, sir. I did not know that. So we are going to start on All Pro. Simulation gameplay. 11-minute quarters. I do plan on making tweaks for all Madden. We're going to put this on auto for managed practice reps too, just because kind of allows it to make it so we don't have to worry about going in and doing all of that. Our coaching staff or the rest of our staff will kind of just do all that. You're going to turn pre-existing injuries off. Some people play with them. I don't. I like to be able to use every single player on the roster when they first get in, rookie or not. We're going to keep the pre-order bonus because I paid for it and we're going to use it. So, yep. Where is the coach firing? Because I want to make sure that it's on CPU only. There it is. The Saints are rolling with us. We're rolling with the Saints. Autofill roster is off. We will add our own players as we see fit or move players around as we see fit. So those are kind of the settings for this. We are going to be starting preseason week 1. I know we are in now week 2 of the preseason, but we're going to get through all this fairly quickly. Honestly, probably just play the moments for our first one and go through training camp, all of that. Yeah, that's kind of how and do it. So this first episode is going to be a little bit longer. We're going to beat the team and go through training camps, do all that fun stuff, and then we are going to go through there. Preseason, we have Chargers, Jags, Broncos, and let's just go into the GM office and meet the roster. So here we go. Let's start with the quarterback position. We have the most polarizing quarterback room in the NFL due to the fact of there is no clear-cut good starter on this team. So we have Spencer Rattler, we have Tyler Shuck, and we have Jake Haener. Shuck, obviously being a rookie at 25 years old, is a little crazy. However, he does have the best speed. I do like myself a mobile quarterback, and he has the best arm strength at 90. However, I feel like Spencer Rattler probably has the best upside. I'm pretty sure both of these guys have normal dev anyways, so it doesn't matter. They do. I will also say this. I hope to God there's a good quarterback in our draft because we need to draft a quarterback for this franchise. I am not going to be rolling with either one of these guys long term. Halfback, we got the always savvy, the veteran, Alvin Kamara. And then we have Cam Akers, Kendre Miller, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devin Neal, and Velus Jones, the former wide receiver. Devin Neal only having 87 speed is insane to me because he was honestly a pretty good slash. A good slasher in college, so that is just crazy to me. Let's look at Kamara up, though. Let's take a look at some of his abilities. So he has jukebox and backfield mismatch, which just kind of makes sense. Kamara is a really good receiver out of the backfield, and he can get a little shifty on some things. He is definitely more of a receiving back. Only 88 speed. I don't want to trade Kamara because he is a Saints legend. However, if we are Dookie come the deadline, I am willing to trade Kamara, give him an opportunity to compete for a championship. He's also at 30, and he's only going to get worse the older he is as a running back. No fullback on the roster because who uses fullbacks anymore? It's kind of a dime position. Wide receivers, we got from the Ohio State University, Chris Olave, 25 years old, 86. He is a superstar. This is the leader of the receiving room at this point. Hopefully, Olave can just stay healthy in this, man, because he is such a good receiver. Recuperation, mid and elite, deep Italy. I might change some of his abilities. He doesn't really have anything good unlocked right now, but I do like the thought of getting rid of deep and elite and going with like jukebox and then putting on short elite for him. So that's kind of what we're going to go with Olave. We got Brandon Cooks coming back to New Orleans from Dallas, savvy veteran wide receiver. I like having him. We got a deep threat here in Rashid Shaheed, good kick returner as well. DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones from Michigan. Cedric Wilson, Bub Means, Dante Pettis, and Mason Tipton. Tight ends, we got the old guy, Taysom Hill. Man, his contract is an albatross still. This guy is old. He can do a little bit of everything. Play running back, play fullback, play quarterback. I mean, he could just do a little bit of everything, man. He is a gamer. He can do a little bit of it all. Rub block, do all that fun stuff. Whew. And then we have Jawan Johnson over here, younger tight end, 74 overall. Foster Moreau, Dalen Holker, Moliki Matavayo, and Jack Stoll, former Philadelphia Eagle. We have on left tackle, we have Talise Fuaga and Josh Ball. Fuaga will be our starter going into this year. He's going to kind of be like a franchise tackle for us to start. We have Trevor Penning, Dylan Raydunes, and Kyle Hergel over here at left guard. Raydunes is a good guard, although Trevor Penning also is looking really good from Northern Iowa. Center, we got Eric McCoy, one of the better centers in the league as is. Will Clapp and Torricelli Simpkins the third. Good God. We got Cesar Ruiz and Nick Saldiveri over here at right guard. And then right tackle, we have the rookie from Texas, the big guy, Kelvin Banks Jr. We got Josiah Izirum and Landon Young. So Kelvin Banks more or less fits a guard profile for me because I like my tackles being like 6'6" and up and my guards being in the 6'5" range. So there is a possibility that maybe we move Kelvin Banks inside if we can find a good tackle in the draft. Left edge, we got Carl Granderson, another massive contract that they gave out. Fadil Diggs and Chris Rumpf. I did not realize Fadil Diggs has 87 speed. That is freaky, and I like it. I really like 87 speed coming off the edge. So Fadil Diggs will be probably someone we're going to hit a training camp with. Cam Jordan, Chase Young, Isaiah Foskey, and Jonah Williams. Cam Jordan, another guy, is going to be going downhill, and I do know he normally retires after the first year. So that is kind of the hope because then we can get off of his contract. Chase Young from the Ohio State University, great guy, awesome player when he was at Ohio State. We're going to try to rejuvenate his career. Isaiah Foskey, pretty good DN, 86 speed, another freaky athletic guy on this D line for the Saints, and I'm super happy about that. I don't have much to say about Jonah Williams. Devon Gottschall came over from New England in the offseason. Good interior defensive lineman. Same thing with Nate Shepard. Pretty good defensive interior offensive line or defensive lineman. Brian Brissy, last year's first round pick from Clemson. Really good. Or no, 2 years ago. My fault. Not last year. 2 years ago. Pretty good player. I'm looking forward to being able to use him. 78 speed from the defensive tackle position at 6'5" is disgusting. That is so quick. Christian Boyd from Northern Iowa, another Northern Iowa guy. Wow. We got Kalen Saunders. He's been kind of just kicking around here. I'm pretty sure it was Saunders last year who had an interception for the Saints, too. We got Vernon Broughton from Texas. He's at 6'5". And then we got John Ridgeway, the third. Going over here to strong side linebacker. For some reason, they don't put Sams in this game. I don't understand why. Demario Davis, another steady guy on this defense. Demario Davis, another guy that's going to retire at the end of this year, hopefully at 36 years old. Yeah, I mean, he's been constantly one of the better middle linebackers in the NFL. Just not talked about a lot because he's been playing on some pretty bad teams. We got Jalen Ford from Texas. We got DeMarco Jackson and Tyreme Powell. DeMarco Jackson with 87 speed is, the word that I love using right now, freaky. That is freaky athleticism, and I like that. Pete Warner over here at will. Danny Stutzman, another will linebacker, and Neppy Sewell. I am a huge fan of Danny Stutzman. He was a great tackler at Oklahoma. I think he could actually, at some point, maybe be our starting middle linebacker. I think, honestly, I think him and Pete Warner could be our duo in our middle linebacker in a couple of years. Well, actually, maybe as soon as next year, really, because we don't really have a pure direction to go. But I think Warner and Stutzman are two of the guys that we can definitely have in the middle there. I like Stutzman as a middle linebacker specifically. Cornerback, no more Marshawn Lattimore, but we do have Kool-Aid McKinstry here, second-year player out of Alabama. We got Ugo Amadi, Alante Taylor, Isaac Yayadam, Quincy Riley from Louisville, Rico Payton, and Rejan Wright. Now, this is a cornerback room that has been decimated due to trades. Last year, they traded away Marshawn Lattimore, and then they let he went to the Giants. Hang on, I could tell you in one sec. Paulson Adebo, they let him go to the Giants over the offseason. Giants are a rebuilt team, man. They might look good. Tyrann Mathieu is still on this roster, and I don't understand why. And that just can't happen. I'm not going to. I love Tyrann Mathieu. I really do. I love me, the Honey Badger. He is a terrific player. Because they still have him on this roster, because they haven't updated it yet, I am going to make the executive decision. I am moving him to punter. We're going to make him 40 years old, and we are just going to tank down his ratings to kind of ensure that he is going to retire, because we don't need Tyrann Mathieu on the roster. He's not really going to make much of an impact. I'll be completely honest with you. He is retired, and I'm like I said, I'm a big fan of him. I just don't think that it's smart to have him on the roster at this point. I think that should probably. I said kick return. I was like, God damn, if he has good kick power and stuff too, I was gonna lose it. But he is done. We're gonna have to unfortunately eat this contract as well, which is gonna suck. We will sign another free safety, or at least another safety at some point. We got Justin Reed over here, Jordan Howden. We got the Jalen Hurts cosplayer, Jonas Sanker. I'm actually gonna, you know what? I'm gonna move Jonas Sanker over to free safety. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move Sanker over to free safety, and we're gonna have Sanker as our starting free safety next to Justin Reed. Boom, there we go. Jonas Sanker from Virginia. He'll be our starting free safety. Blake Grupe is our kicker, and then we got Matthew Habel, and we got James Burnip. Honestly, just as of right now, I'm just gonna cut Habel. I'm gonna keep Burnip. He's younger, so I think it's just smarter to go that way. There's no reason to carry two punters on the roster and Tyrann Mathieu. I could just keep him on the roster. I don't know how releasing him is going to do it. You'll free 500 and you'll take a penalty. Oh, okay, that's really not that bad. I thought it was going to be so much worse than that. But yeah, James Burnup's going to be on the roster to start, and then Blake Grupe will be our kicker, and then long snapper is Zach Wood. Draft compensation for this year, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No 7th round pick this year. However, if it's up to me, we'll be willing and dealing, making some trades, making sure everything looks good. And then before we start into this, I want to see if there is maybe any free agents that interest me in potentially signing. Von Miller, I know, went to the Commanders in real life. This is not real life, so we're not going to be signing Von Miller. Or Von Miller's not going to be going to the Commanders. Keenan Allen, he is back on the Chargers. I know that. Anybody that looks any sort of interesting? Not Judon. Could sign James Bradbury, Nelson Aguilar. Will Hernandez just got brought back to the Cardinals. Mosley's out here. You know what? I'm going to sign Asante Samuel Jr. because we do need some corner depth. We really do. And I think having ASJ on the roster would be a good thing. We're going to sign ASJ. Is there any quarterbacks out there that can maybe help us? Desmond Ridder. Sign Carson Wentz. Desmond Ridder is an interesting one because Ridder can definitely get out and throw. He got some decent accuracies too. You know what? I'm going to rock with the guys that we got at cornerback. And then let's go in and go through our first coaching interview. Alrighty. Ooh, wee, ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. And I'm Mary Tyler Moore. Given your offensive background, what area of that unit do you think you have the biggest impact on? We're going to say quarterbacks, man. All starts with the quarterback. Been working a lot with them already. Moving more to the off field, what area have you emphasized as needing to be a big focus? Organizational excellence is a great one, but I think I want to go with player development. Yeah, we're going to go with player development here. Have to develop players, plain and simple. Great teams have great players, and it's my job to make sure we develop them. It's probably the offense will be focused on developing the most. Quarterbacks, man. If you don't have a quarterback, you won't be successful. So a lot of my attention so far has been on the quarterbacks. This question, quotes, what will separate you from the other coaches in this league? Innovative play calling, dominating runs. I'm going to go with innovative play calling because you can have some subpar players, but if you know how to call some good plays, you're going to be in a good position to make things happen. And then let's talk with our trainer, man. Let's talk with the trainer. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, Coach Adams, we wanted to discuss managing player health for the upcoming season. As players start to take punishment during the game, that wear and tear will cause their health to start to will cause their health start to. Okay, that's not a normal sentence. Attributes may be affected, and injuries more likely to occur. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Thanks. So provide more attention on the wear and tear each week. Will evaluate players' overall health and give you a status to help. And during the week, it will be up to you to decide what your team's training policy will be. Yada yada yada. Yes, yes, yes. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Gillen. Abilities allow us to adapt to how. Appreciate it, sir. All right, guys. Now what we can do is we can go and we can do training camp if we want right now, or training camp can be part of our next episode. And I think, where did we start this episode at? Started at 17 minutes. We're about 21 in. I think I'm actually going to cut it for this episode, guys. That is going to do it. That is all for episode 1, or episode 2 of the Saints franchise. Make sure if you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I'm going to try to be uploading this every about 3 episodes a week. So that is that's the plan on where we are at. Potentially more, depending on how quick this series goes and how much time I have to stream to be able to pick these all up. Because if you guys don't know, I stream all these episodes completely on Twitch. Every episode is on Twitch and then uploaded onto YouTube. So I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.